When I turned 25, it was just like,
And then
pressure. I'm 25. I'm supposed to be married.
Yeah. Maybe at home you're just enjoying yourself. Your mates are married. Your mates have 3 children in the village. Knowledge gives you access to places that age will not give you access to. Knowledge.
It's facts and gist with Inkiru.
Hi, everybody. This is Facts and Gist with Inkiru podcast, and I'm your beautiful host, Inkiru, with the therapeutic voice, Inkiru the Voice Therapeutic. Welcome to my podcast, and I'm so excited. Today we'll be having a guest, and yes, this is actually a special podcast for my birthday, and we have a guest today. I'm just going to be reading her bio very quickly. So joining me today is someone I deeply admire. She's my spiritual mother, a voice of clarity in noisy times, and a woman who carries grace and beauty in equal measure. She is a certified counselor, a prophet, and a seasoned minister of the gospel. She's also the co-lead pastor of Streams of the Spirit International Ministries, my church, and recently she spoke at the TEDx AAU Ipoma event, reminding us that faith and wisdom are always in season. Some call her FL, some call her Mame, others pastor, but to me, she's all of that, and above all of that, she's my mother. Can you join me welcome our guest for the very first time on Facts and Gist with Inkiru podcast, Pastor Esther Aluya.
Thank you.
Come on,
Thank you.
I'm so excited.
Finally, we are here.
Too excited. Finally, this is happening. Finally,
Yes.
we are here. I wish
Thank
everybody
you
can
so
see my
much.
excitement. Everybody can see it. So, yeah. So, welcome to Facts and Gist
Thank
Your
you.
podcast. And I know that it's your first time here. This is actually the first podcast we're doing,
Actually.
as a first video podcast we're doing, and definitely it's for my birthday. And there are just a lot of topics and things that has been in my mind since, and that's why when I thought about the podcast, I thought about you, and I'm just like, if the best person that will fit into this episode is my mom in the faith, FL, my mother. And to everybody listening, what we're going to be talking about today basically is age, pressure, and purpose. Age, pressure, and purpose. Because I found out that when you see this thing called age, it has done a lot of damage. So that's what I want us to discuss today on today's podcast. So I'm going to start this way. Having been a woman who has worn many hats, right? Pastor, wife, counselor, speaker, mother, in my case. Have you ever felt like age made people underestimate or over-expect things from you?
Yes.
Okay, can you share with us?
Okay, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, mother.
It's a privilege to be here. The first podcast, like video podcast, actually. Thank you so much for having me. Yes, people underestimate me. Number one, the way I look very calm, and the spontaneous part of me is not seen because there's this age limit. Maybe when it has to do with ministry, or a woman that is getting goals and then achieving her purpose. There's that. One of the places I knew I was looked down on, I would say, was in the church system, right? One of the things that happened was after getting filled with the Holy Ghost, I wanted to share what I experienced, right? But I was asked to keep quiet.
Oh my goodness.
There's nothing you know.
Oh my goodness.
What do you know about God and all? Can't you see that the pulpit moves and all? Because I wanted to just share with people what I'd experienced, because I felt I'd experienced God. He's not far away there, right? But I was seen as small. You don't know anything. You're still small because of the age limit. So people still experience God at a very young age that they want to share. But because there's that restriction there, you have to be a certain age before you get to know God. You have to be maybe have an office, go to a seminary school, go to this, go to that, and get certain experiences. I'm talking about maybe field work and all. But that personal experience with God is not being seen out there because young people, especially, are kept, keep quiet, don't say anything, you don't know anything. And we the, upliners, we know more. Not the word upliners, but I'm talking about
Yes,
it's
yes,
something I experienced,
yes, mother.
right? So it's at that period how I was able to come out of it was I focused on what God has told me. I focused, not that I wanted to go into ministry, no. I just wanted to express what I
Express
experienced.
God.
I
Yes.
wanted to share it because it did something to me. It broke me out of my shell, right? Because based on my background and my upbringing, I was that quiet teenage lady. But after meeting the Holy Ghost, after getting that experience, strength came, purpose came, understanding came, and I felt like I can share what I know to people, to young people especially, and it was something else. But what helped me overcome that was focus. I focused on what God was saying. I read more books, paid attention to myself. And then over time, I noticed when I speak, people understand better. When I speak, age was no longer a limit because
Yes, it
knowledge
was.
had come.
Yes.
There was better understanding on how to express it too. All right. So I think that's it.
So as you were talking, like questions just kept popping up in my head,
Yeah.
right? I just have two questions basically. The first one is in as much as age was a limit, right? This is off the grid.
Mm.
In as much as age was the limit, do you also think your gender contributed to how people looked at you and perceived you and received you as
Yes,
well?
yes. In Nigeria, I would say Nigeria, actually, there's a cultural belief which is currently abolished. It's not as serious as then.
But it's still
Yes,
the
you
thing
can
is
still
it
feel,
still happens. It
yes.
still happens
So,
actually.
as a woman or as a young lady, keep quiet.
Yes.
Don't talk.
You don't
Just,
have a lot to offer.
yes, you don't have anything to say. God created us from the beginning as helpers. So someone that is to be a helper has a certain knowledge. There's something they know that you don't know that they need to help you in. There's a way we see life as women or as female generally that needs to be expressed, right? But there's that restriction there. But how you can break out of that is going against the odds, going
Yeah.
against the cultural beliefs, going against the pattern, right? If you're from I'm talking to young ladies now, you're from a family where they rarely go to school, young women rarely go to school, they just push them into marriage. I would encourage you to go to school, go and study that course. If you want to go into politics, why not? You have a lot of mentors and strong people out there, strong women out there. Now, this not I'm not advocating, I'm not a feminist, right? I'm just somebody that loves God.
She's not a feminist. Please, please
Yes,
note that she's not
yes,
a
I'm not
feminist.
a
Thank you.
feminist, but I feel the feminist part of a woman, feminism part of a woman,
Feminine part, yeah.
feminine part, thank you, is our strength. So allow us to express ourselves as females. Yes. So I noticed that they might want to use, I'm talking about the world generally. Women find it difficult to express themselves because they are trying to express themselves as a man would,
Yes, mother.
not as a
You
woman
totally
should.
get it.
Yes. So there's nothing wrong being soft spoken. There's nothing wrong being emotional. That's how you're created.
Yes.
That's how you are meant to keep the world balanced going. So trying to adjust into a man to so that your voice will be heard, you're already on the wrong. Yes, you can be a strong, feminine, filled with the Holy Ghost, powerful politician,
Bold.
bold,
Yes, ma.
and be fine and do so well and be married and be submitted to your husband and be fine and be
Yes.
happy.
And still fulfill
Yes,
scriptures. Oh my
yes,
goodness.
yes. So that's it.
Oh my goodness, that's so rich, mommy.
Yes.
Um, the second thing I want to ask, you know, when you spoke about society or people underestimating or over expecting things from you, you focused more on ministry,
Yeah.
basically. Are there any other areas in your life that people expected so much or underestimated you in,
Yes, I would say one other aspect apart from ministry was education. I had
education? Yes,
yes,
ma.
I wasn't the type that got admission directly into university. I went to college of education first. So after that, there was this belief that oh, go and marry. You're already getting of age. You're close to 30.
Oh my goodness.
Go and marry. But there was just that dissatisfaction within me. I felt like there's more. Even when my colleagues and competitors, then my friends, my classmates, and all after College of Education were happy, I wasn't. I just felt there's so much more. I wanted to go back to school, which I actually did. I wanted to go more. I felt like I need to set a another standard for those
Yes.
coming after me. I need
Yes.
to set the bar high. Yes, because from my place, from my background, working down to my roots, I noticed where I'm from, that's my local government, from my own main family. I noticed that women don't really go to school. They just end up married. And if you just get one certificate or a skill, the next thing, go and marry. So I went to school. Although a lot of people were not happy, but I did that anyway. And I'm so happy I did that. And I'm still schooling, amen?
Yes,
Yes,
ma.
I'm
Yes, ma. Yes,
schooling.
ma. She's still schooling.
Yes, yes.
Okay, just to put it out there, talking to you, mommy, it's it just does something to me,
Mm.
right? And
Glory to God.
I'm saying it again. I'm so excited that you're in this podcast with me.
Thank you.
So moving back, circling right back to age, pressure, and purpose. I feel like society, right, puts a timeline on milestone moments, such as marriage, love, purpose, success, ahead. So how do you personally handle society's timelines on these areas, on timelines that they put on us as individuals,
Yes.
in marriage, education, motherhood? Because I hear people say things like, "Oh, let me just start. Let me just say this, right? By the grace of God, I'm turning 26 this
Oh,
this birthday. I'm
26.
I'm talking 26, and when I turned 25, it was just like
And then 5 years
pressure.
ago.
I'm 25. I'm supposed to be married.
Yes.
I'm supposed to have my millions by now. And if you open social media more than
Mm-hmm. At that period, every scroll is marriage, wedding,
wedding,
yeah,
marriage, more, I'm like, Lord, see my mates.
wedding proposal, marriage proposal, and all.
What? So it's like I just feel like that was also like part of the whole pressure
Mm-hmm.
that society puts, like the timelines that society puts on achieving things. So, yeah, how do you handle society's timelines on milestone
You know
moments?
why I always refer back to God. People will say I spiritualize everything. Life is spiritual, man.
Yes,
Because I can still remember when I feel like my life started. I know that's when I got the consciousness that I have a purpose. But after I got to the Holy Ghost, I will still go back to God for every aspect. So breaking yourself out of any limitation that has to do with age or boundaries or any limits they've put when it comes to age, achieving certain success, you have to be before 30, you should be married. Before this, you married. God has your timeline. Come on now.
yes, ma.
So pay attention to him. Focus on what he has told you. He shows you the path. I think Psalm 23, verse one of the verses says, "He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake." Another of the verses says, "He leads me in green pastures." So there's that pressure to follow what the world is saying,
Society
opinions
saying,
of men especially, and then that pressure that comes from family, from mom, from dad, from close people. Oh, we expect this from you, we expect that from you. Meanwhile, they don't have your blueprint, they don't have your destiny timeline. You have your timeline. Follow God, and He shows you. He will tell you when. And trust me, He never lies, and He always comes on time. So I always go back. I'm going back to him because I feel he's the root of everything you see. Yeah, he's the reason why I could be able to discover my purpose. I know that I can even speak. Normally I couldn't express myself. I was that quiet teenage lady. I don't talk, innocent, I don't do anything. And even when I'm hurting, I can't express it. Yeah, there are certain things that it was after I got to know my purpose, started following God, that I now learned how to express myself. I now learned how to say no. I now learned how to say no. That's not how it's going to be for me. I remember I said, let me just share this. Personally, my mom passed on 2020, February 1st, of blessed memory, such an amazing
Oh
woman.
my God. You talk
Um,
about her. I
yes,
had to
I
talk
talk
about her,
about
and
her
then
because
I love
my
your
God,
stories with
she
her.
was that go-getter kind of woman. She would go any length, to make sure we are fine. So most of the discipline I have now came from her. I always refer to her, but I'm trying to cut out the story. This was during her, she was just buried. I and my siblings were at the village, and then some relatives started talking. I think I remember this scenario. And one thing I noticed was their words did not affect me. They started saying, with this your body like this, you suppose don't be married like this. I have one fine man, I'll just connect you sharp
Oh
sharp.
my goodness.
But I remember I just turned and looked at them. I'm like, that's not the thing bothering me right now. Not like, it's not that I didn't want to get married, or marriage wasn't something that I wanted. It was just that my mom was just buried. That conversation was wrong at that
At
point.
that
But
point,
I noticed it bounced back. It didn't have any effect on me. Why? I had built up my mind. I've brainwashed myself with God's word. I have that foundation in God's word. So what you are saying doesn't matter. Why? He has shown me the path. He has told me where I'm going to. I know how the future is going to be. I know it's bright already. So at that point, I'm supposed to be fragile because someone that
okay.
was the support system, strong support system to me and my siblings had gone. My dad, of course, at that period was, how it's going to be, wasn't
Yes.
too vocal about how he was feeling. So that, as at that time, it was God, though. Nothing else. Yes, it was God. And thank God for beautiful mentors and instructors of faith. I had a lot of them that kept calling, that kept reaching out, and they held my hands and pulled me out. So one thing that helps you out of difficult situations is God, though. And then the gifts of men,
Gift
the
of
people
men.
around you. This young generation, I would say, don't want to be scolded, don't want to be
They
corrected,
don't want to,
don't
don't, they
want
don't
to,
accept correction.
yes, Gen
They
Z
don't
and
accept
all.
correction. Sometimes.
Yes, I have a lot of them around me because, of course, I'm a pastor to young people. So, but I noticed that one of the things that made them build that defense was because of the opinions that came from home. You're supposed to be this by this time. You're supposed to do that. So, one of the things they do is that they build a defense, and then they seem hard. Meanwhile, they are not. Just the words of men that make them form that way. But as God's word keep coming, their hearts begin to open. They begin to see light of God's word. They begin to see purpose. They begin to understand that, oh, my life is meaningful. Oh, I'm beautiful. Oh, I'm an amazing person. Meanwhile, this same person from whom has been condemned. This same person from whom have been talked down on. Oh, look at your mate. Can you not see your mate? They are driving this car. This person is married at 25. This person is so at 20. This one came out with a first class. Meanwhile, you pressure this person to go and study a course they didn't have any passion about. So I will still go back to God because I've seen God transform young people. I've seen difficult people, depressed young people come in contact with God, and then they see light. They don't see their age. They just know that even at 25, I can get my first million.
Yes.
Even at 25, I can get cars, I can buy landed property, I can start my business at this age. I can do that. They began to see possibilities in God. We had a king at 8, Josiah, in the Bible. He was a king at 8. Even the Bible doesn't limit age, so we shouldn't. Abraham, 75. That's when they discovered purpose.
Yes.
I would say. And his wife gave birth at almost 100, and the Sarah was fair to look up upon. So her age didn't even define her. Her beauty was, so God is everything, the center of everything. Yes.
I'm just taking a moment to just take this all in because this is
Yes.
just so much. This is just so much. And I love the fact that you shared like some personal stories because the next thing I want to ask is, along those lines as well. Can you share some personal age based pressures like that you've personally dealt with?
I talked about marriage.
Yeah, like
Um,
when I mean personal, like is it possible for you to get personal with us? Okay.
I still talk about marriage because it's one of the pressures that young ladies especially face. I think I was 26 7 or so, and then I began to get messages from people around me. Then and young my friends were getting married. People, when I go online, I'm just seeing the message. Oh, I just got engaged.
Sorry, mother. You just said you were 27.
Yes.
So what? Okay. I was just asking,
Why were
wondering
you?
why I'm sober then. Because no, I'm not joking. Oh. Like the day last year, I can never forget my birthday. I know that it was beautiful and all, but there was some sense of
Pressure.
dissatisfaction, pressure. Well, I will know you okay, dissatisfaction then, but pressure, like I just felt like I'm 25.
Ganga.
Gangan,
5 years.
5 years remaining to 30.
Mm.
Will I be single and 30? Like I just so many questions. Will I be single and so I'm just trying to cut it short, but that really actually just struck me 27 and then yes, so
Okay. That marriage matter. When I was 27, 26, 27, friends started getting married. In fact, immediately I left college of education, a lot of people I knew got married. So there was that pressure. When are you going to marry? From everywhere, from when you get home. If you just play small, maybe when I say play, maybe at home you're just enjoying yourself. Your mates are married, your mates have 3 children in the village. You are here. Your mates are in their husband's house. What are you still doing?
The one that stuns me the most is when they subtly say it.
Yes,
Like,
and it gets to you.
beginning of this, I went to see
know.
my dad, and then he was just like, I went to a friend's wedding as well, and then he was like, this lady, how old is she? I think she's around 27, 28. And I say, okay, how old are you? I say, I'm 25. I say, okay,
3 years
I give
from
you
now.
2 years.
Mine was even a bit awkward because no brother was around me.
Yes.
Like I had brothers that were my friends, but I wasn't. I would say I didn't really bring them home the way my parents wanted it. They want to see one brother escort me home, but all the people escorting me home were sisters. So mine was they didn't even see my marriage coming. Trust me. A lot of persons didn't see it coming because I was always praying. I was always studying. It's always one thing or the other. I'm always trying to go for this business. I'm always trying to do this. I'm doing the opposite from what they
At that
expect.
point, they ask, are you married to Jesus?
Yes, they did. I remember telling my mom of Blessed Memory that when I see somebody aspire fast, fast upon a nature, I was going to marry.
Ooh.
Yes, because it was too intense that I had to talk. And but I was glad that they were patient. The pressure wasn't too much, and I was able to overcome that because after some time I met my husband. We are currently married. But apart from age, I would say the boldness to speak. Yes, I wasn't this bold. Boldness to express myself. You know why I keep talking about expression? Because a lot of ladies out there or guys out there lock up themselves and they don't
Yes.
talk
Yes,
the real
ma'am.
thing.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you end up seeing a lot of young people depressed nowadays because nobody to express themselves to. But by the time they are trying to express themselves to you, there's condemnation.
Yes.
Oh, you're a bad person. Oh, this thing happened. Some of them had weaknesses, they had challenges. Thank God for churches and for certain platforms, and NGO platforms and others that take care of these young people and listen to them. So that expressing boldness to express yourself as a young person has always been an issue. Oh, you are young, what do you know about it? Just keep quiet. There's nothing wrong with you. Your own is even better. When I was like this is what I did. So they box you in with words. You are boxed in. So those kind of situations when they happen, it takes a while before those people open up. There's something I learned in ministry. So when you see people come to church for the first time and they're not smiling or they don't want to talk to you or they just say thank you sir and they are locking up. It's
Yes.
not that they have had, it's just that they've had experience with people they opened up to. People they opened up to either gossip about them or condemn them or led them astray. Use their weakness against them.
I think I've been a victim of
Yes, worsen the whole situation, and then it make them lock up themselves. They feel like they are safe. So those are one of the issues. Expressing myself, it took a while. I began to talk. Okay, this is it. I met amazing people. Like I would say, I began to talk. I have a mother in the faith. I spoke. Oh, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. I have mentors. I have instructors of faith that time to time I talk to, and they might not even say everything, just one word, and it's okay, and I'm fine, and I'm back on track. So those are the things I know, and I don't think there's nothing else. These are just the two basic things personally that really I broke out of. Yes, I broke out of. Yes.
So let's circle it a little back to your story. You mentioned that when you were 27, a lot of friends. So now let's do a little fast forward to the age you got married. If that's okay for you to share, it's fine. But if it's not, it's fine. But the age you got married, and like, you know, I have people have I would call it a misconception because I was like that before, where I used to believe that, oh, the lady must be older, the man must be older than the lady, right? So I don't know if
It's just age.
it's just age.
Just a number. When it comes to marriage, since we're talking about marriage, when it comes to marriage and age, I think go for knowledge. You can marry a matured man that's an olodo, that doesn't have a vision, doesn't know where it's going to, right? So I would say go for knowledge. There are young guys out there that they are even emotionally intelligent,
Intelligent
emotionally
and
matured,
stable.
stable.
Yes, ma.
They know where they're going to, even more than the matured ones.
Even more than the matured ones and age. I think we should
Yes,
add that
age.
because age, it's really a
Yes.
thing.
So we see a lot of ladies turn down. Oh, this guy, I'm six
More
months
than
older
him.
than him. I'm 1 year older than him. 10 years older than. Oh no, 10 years is quite too much. But I feel if the person has knowledge and knows where it's going to, why not? Person I'm married to, I'm a year older than him.
Wow.
And
Wow.
yes,
Did you hear that?
yes,
Did you hear that?
older than him.
She's a year older than her husband.
And it doesn't reflect. You will not
just
know.
just so you know, I'm looking at the cameras now. Just so you know, age. Age is nothing really. Like, I'm so sorry to cut you, but I just feel like you see this particular topic of the lady being must be younger than the man, and how people attach maturity to age, especially the maturity of a man to age. In fact, maturity of men and women, but especially the maturity of a man to age. I feel like it's actually a thing,
The man
right?
should be 35 and should be driving a car.
Yes,
And
a
to be
man,
worthy enough to accept.
the lady should be younger, must be younger than the man before they get married and
I
all
think
of that
age is
stuff.
not, when it
Yes.
comes to marriage, age shouldn't even be one of the things you should see as a priority. The first thing first, believe in God. Of course, his belief, number one. Number two, knowledge, light. What does he know about life? Does he know where it's going to? What are his
You
visions?
know where it's going
And
to,
even
yes.
you as a lady, what do you know?
You know.
What can you offer? How knowledgeable are you about life? Because if a young person comes and he has knowledge to change the world upside down and make us translocate, he's a billionaire. Knowledge gives you access to places that age will not give you access to. Knowledge, your what you know takes you far. Like my husband will say, knowledge gives you an edge in life. It gives you an edge in life. Knowledge takes you far. Life takes you far. Understanding of life and how to handle life take you far. Neither am I saying go and pursue young guys. Because there's some young guys that are babies, they're mommy's boys.
Yeah.
Yes. But I feel get to know what this person knows. Can he teach me? Can he lead me? Is he a leader? Will he not be intimidated by my strength or by my knowledge or by how far I can go? Will he stop? Will he shut me down? Will he say, oh, keep quiet, you don't know anything? No. He's emotionally intelligent and has knowledge, has vision of where it's going to. Why not?
Wow.
Yes.
This is a lot. You know, you know. I'm laughing because I think I mentioned it earlier. Prior now, I was part of the people, the bandwagon of people who believe that, oh, the man should be older than the lady.
Beards.
Eh, not
Beard
not
gang.
even not even beard gang, or
Are you
but
sure?
he should. Oh my god! But I just used to believe that the man has to be older than the lady. But then one of the people that actually changed the narrative for me is you and daddy. Now, this is the reason because there's something in house that we call rainy wayo.
But
But
still finish.
see finish. I just used to believe that if I'm if I'm older than the guy, see finish like they see sorry for the pigeon, but see finish, he showed me that it's go enter. Because I just feel like, oh, I'm older, so I mean you so I see you and daddy this is off the grid, but I see you and daddy like I see you how you're submissive enough, how you follow enough, how and I'm just like
Follow person wey no road.
follow person wey no road.
Yes,
Follow person wey no road.
that's the answer to that. Because I one of the fears I had, should I say it? Yeah, one of the fears I had was marrying somebody that was keep quiet. Ah, I just wanted somebody that was matured, that's not going to be
Mature.
afraid of my success, that's comfortable that I'm thriving, that's comfortable that I'm expressing myself, that is not afraid of my spontaneous my that
Yeah.
yes, being who I am. I can be
Spontaneous, yeah.
very calm and the next thing I'm woo, right? I just wanted someone that loves me for who I am, accepts me from who I am, not even the age. Age wasn't even what I was considering. Just love me the way I did. Do you understand? And don't be afraid of me not submitting because of my
Your age.
my age
Yeah.
or my success in life or anything. Just be my head, be my leader, correct, rebuke in love and just be that man. You get
Have you ever felt too old or too young in your
never, never. Okay. I think we have to scrap this out. I have.
okay?
I felt young in a room. What happened was I went for a meeting and virtually everybody there, most of the was a women of God kind of women in ministry kind of meeting. And the persons I sat with in the row were all 10 years, 12 years, 20 years in ministry. Like they've had experience way older than me, had children, and I was the only
You're really young.
yes. And they were calling me, oh, sister, it's nice. My mother be like, I'm not your sister. You have experience more than me. You've gone, like, I've seen you gone, make progress, like, not because of the age, though, but because of their impact in life. That's how I figure out people that would wait. I don't figure your should I say, I don't see you older because of
Your age.
your age.
Yes.
I see you older because of your experience.
Experience.
I love hanging around elderly
Yes.
people because I feel like when you're around them and they speak wisdom.
They speak wisdom.
You can see light in what they are saying. They can tell you things 10 steps ahead of time. So I felt it though. Yes, and after the whole meeting, I was able to blend with them and had good time. They were gisting with me, and in my mind, I'm like, oh my god! But I felt way younger. I felt inexperienced when it comes to that field, right? Not the age now. When it comes to their impact and how far and how long they've been in that field, I felt younger.
Okay. That's a lot. Okay, so the generation that we're in now, right? I've also been a victim of that, wherein I feel like, oh, um, I'm too young for this, or I'm too old for this, right? What what do you have to say to people who feel like they're either too young or
Or
too
it's too
old
late. Yeah.
for something to me or achievements, things like that?
One of the experience I had was at the gym when I started gymming,
Ah,
and another little woman walked in, limping, and she's one of our favorites. I love seeing her at the gym. Anytime I see her, I'm just excited and all. Um, when I saw her, I'm just trying to tie this to the question you asked.
yes.
When I saw her, I just felt so warm inside. and she's almost 70, and she's at the gym, and she's lifting weights.
She's lifting weights.
Yeah, she's
doing squats.
doing squats,
Doing
battle ropes and all, with her gray, beautiful gray hair, and amazing woman. So when I saw that, I knew one thing. There's something I've been running with the past few months. Whatever you have the opportunity to do it now.
Do it now. Yeah.
Yeah, because there are certain opportunities we had, but we felt like, oh, it's not time, and I'm not up to that age yet. When is this time? I will start the business. When is this time? When I have 30 million, I will go out there. When I have 3 cars, I will start this one. No, 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 no. Start now. Start now. It's just a myth. It's just a saying. It's just a word. It's just something. Start. Go out. Take that step. You know, do that makeup well. Wear that clothes. Stop waiting. Oh, you see, when I have
I have a
certain
certain body,
figure,
but oh my God.
that's when this thing. There's something that dawned on me last year, that the reason why it feels like you don't like yourself is because you've not found your style. There's nothing wrong with your body.
Yes, ma'am.
You have an amazing body, just that
Yes, ma'am.
you've not found your style.
Yes,
If you find
ma'am.
your style, you fit in.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And it did something to my heart. And I noticed after some time, Mama's leg that was limping
That was limping.
was now fine. She was working well. She had started lifting more weight. She became very happy. And I remember having a conversation with her. She said, oh my God, she said, I wish I knew I would have started this early. So you that you're listening to me, start that thing now. Go for that class now.
Don't
Start
let
that
the age
business
limit
now.
you.
Go and ask that lady out now.
Oh,
Yes,
mother,
I have to
can
say
you,
that.
Can you repeat that?
Go and ask that lady out now.
Go and ask that lady out
Stop
now.
waiting till when you have your car, when you have the beard have to grow out well, or this. As far as you are knowledgeable and you have the light and you understand where you're going to, take that bold step now. Whatever you have the opportunity to do now, do it. Yes, there's no harm in failure. How did we come about popcorn and Kentucky chicken? They kept doing it, and the light bulbs and everything. Just start, you know.
So, you started off with ministry and definitely you're my pastor, so yes. So I just want you to, I just want to you to buttress one because I know that there are also a lot of age mates in ministry. So, it, is there a time or have you ever assumed or you know people that have assumed that I'm too old to carry power or I've missed my calling, so I can't go into ministry anymore. Is there a time you faced that, or have you had experiences like that, basically, in ministry?
I've never faced that though, but one of the things I know I've faced is that assumption that come with people meeting me for the first time, and they don't expect anything. They don't think I have anything, or
Ooh.
I can minister to them, or they can get answers until I begin to talk.
And you feel like that's as a result of your age, or
Yes.
yes,
The age, yes, and I look very, very young, and you know, so spiritual mother, and this person, so there's that preconceived notion by just the way I look, until the power of God comes on you, until you have an experience, until while you were talking and I begin to talk, until you break yourself open. One of the things that happen around me most of the time is when people meet me, especially when they've been through a lot, they begin to cry.
I used to see the smile on my face.
She's one of those persons.
I'm a living
They will
testimony.
cry as though I'm their biological mother. There's that warmth that comes from just being around me. But at first, they were looking tough, just like her. She was all toughed up and
I'm still tough for those.
no, I'm fine, I'm good. Until when I said, hello, how are you? And that was it. The whole river began to flow. And I think that was when we actually bonded.
Yes, mother.
You became better, you became
Yes, ma'am.
happier.
Yes, ma'am.
So a lot of people just see me like, oh, she's a woman. She's a pastor. Oh, okay.
And she's a young lady, it's not like she's married with three
Yes.
kids.
Yes, especially, and it happens like that. But I think because I had worked on my mind, I don't live by how you think, and I don't act by what you think about me. I just act by what God has said, and I'm good. Many guys have come around me, and they came around me, and the next thing is the power of God knocks them out, laughing and I enjoy those moments because it just tells me the awesomeness of God. How you come all touched up with your three-piece suit, and the next thing, pow, you're having an experience with the Lord, and it's amazing. So that's one of the things that happened. In fact, even when I married, my husband has been into ministry way before me, like actively. So coming to join him, there was that thing that, oh no, I'm not going to see first. Let me just go and see
The
Papa.
man of God.
So they passed me, and thank God for my husband. They will pass me and go to him. And by the time they start talking, he'll say, "Go and meet FL." She has the answer to
That's the
whatever he
answer,
wants to
yes.
say. And that thing actually opened their eyes to see. Thank God for the gift of an amazing husband. He amplified the gift upon my life. He didn't shut it.
Believe and I
Yes.
receive.
Yeah, amen. You
Believe and
believe
I
and you
receive.
receive.
Yes,
He
yes,
didn't
ma'am.
shut it, he just amplified it. He made them see who I was, who I am, and how that I have answers to. And it did a lot. So it broke that barrier totally. The experience they have after meeting me is different from the experience they have before meeting me. Yes. So it broke that age thing, it broke that limit of being a female or whatever. It just broke it. Yes, and gave him more boldness. I could shama mama mante.
Sharifa Sunday.
Yes.
Oh my God, it has really been an amazing talking with you,
Yes.
mommy.
Yes.
I've learned a lot. One of the things that stand out for me is age is not maturity.
Mm-mm.
Actually, age is not maturity. I look at you and I'm just like, Lord, this my mother. As young as she may look, but still my mother. She's here defying every age myth that there is, and I'm just like, if one person can do it, why can't I?
I
Why
can
can't
do it.
every other
Yeah.
person that? Because I see a lot of people, young, old, they are just limited by age. Age is just a factor for them.
Yes. And you can marry young. There's
Yes,
nothing wrong with marrying
exactly.
young.
But I hear people say, "Oh, I'm 21. I'm too young to get married. I'm 20. No, let me live my life."
It's just a
How?
number,
Yes, it's
Jerry.
just a
Once you have the
number.
knowledge and the vision, why not?
It's just a
And you are
number.
ready,
Yes, ma'am.
why not? You are ready, why not? It will even help you. There's this thing I like, right? I like it when me and my children are all young. Do it.
Or let me wait till I'm 18 to do it.
There's that friend thing that this whole age and words that comes from family and everybody, there's that tendency to want to be attached to a friend. Or when this person gets married, then I will. When this person does this, then I no.
I used to have
Life is
that
per head.
issue. I used to have that issue a lot in uni. I used to
Life
have
is
that
per
issue.
head. Life is per head, man.
Yes, ma'am.
So take yourself out there, do that thing, go again. Perhaps you didn't get it the first time, try it again. There's no harm in trying. They never arrested anybody for going again. Never give
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yes, never give up. Your age doesn't limit you. Just the mind that limits you. Knowledge limits you. If you don't have the knowledge, you are limited. Limits you because you just settle for less. You always settle for less. Oh, let me just wait. When I'm 30, then I'll start praying. Oh, when I'm 20, so and so, then I'll start praying for marriage. When I'm this, I'll start doing this. When I'm this, no, it's never too late to take that bold step. Perhaps you are a lady or you're a guy, you're listening to me. You've been saying, "Oh, from January I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to." It's never too late to start. I remember how I started last year.
Yes.
It was it was
I'm in that boat.
yes, it wasn't sweet at first.
Yes.
But after some time I loved my body more. I was smarter. I was not easily tired. And I'm happy I took that step. Yes, I'm glad I did it last year. And then it's been an awesome experience. I never knew lifting weights was good for your body because
You never knew that you
yes,
could look forward to actually being at the gym.
yes,
Yeah.
it never looks like there's that myth also around the gym. Oh, for mature guys, you have to have the muscles, you have to have this. No, it's for
You
your
have
body.
to have some kind of
It's
athletic body.
it's for you to be physically fit. You know, you need the exercise, you need to go for that class, you know, stretch. Make that hair. Try and make that hair. Do it. I know how I'm handling hair too. As little as it sounds, you know, every little step you take in life gives you a total sum of how far you can go. But if you keep calculating, oh, I don't have up to the money I need to start. People started businesses with just 5 naira.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we've had a lot of us know Dangote. He started with just sugar selling in a provision store, and boom. Consistency is the thing. It's not the age. It's how consistent you are and how knowledgeable you are, how driven you are. There are times you'll be discouraged. Yes, you'll be discouraged because by the time you go out there, your mates are not even doing what you're doing. The steps you are taking, they're not taking it. So there's that thing that look at my mates chilling. Let me just chill. Let me just go and ball. Let me just party. Let me just hang out. Let me just chill. But a few years down the line, the difference will be clear. They will be as old as you are, but you'll be smarter than them.
And the results will be
The,
different.
the result will be different. We have a lot of people that I've met elderly men, some at 60, and they are very smart. They're active. My father is very, very active. My father-in-law same. But you see some at that same age, their body is already tired. They don't have any wisdom to offer. Why? When they were young, they didn't invest in knowledge. Yes.
Wow. Thank you
And
so
you know,
much.
there's that thing that that happens when an elderly person sees a younger version, maybe a young person doing so much that he should have done, and then there's that tendency to want to say, calm down now. This is the way they do. We don't do
We've done it. Oh,
don't just calm
that
down.
statement, mother.
You know, just calm down. We've been
We've been
there.
there.
Now, so the thing
When I was in school, I did this and I did more
yes,
than you did.
thank you. No, just work with your vision and run with it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Look at your vision and
Run
run
with
with
it.
it.
Run with whatever God has told you. Run with the purpose. Run with that passion. You know, some young people have hidden goals that their parents don't know about.
Yeah.
Because their parents will tell them, oh, when I was your age,
Do what I
this is what
done.
I was doing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you have to do what
I was doing when I was your
Meanwhile, my
age.
own part is different from yours. You know. And I think that's that. Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, thank you so much,
Thank
Mother.
you.
This episode has really been very enlightening for me,
Yeah.
and I'm sure for everyone who is listening. One of the things that I just want to note it there: age is not what is limiting you; it's your mind.
Right.
It's your mind. It's your mind that's limiting you, and it's consistency that matters, not the age. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
I learned a lot, and I enjoyed having you on today's podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is Facts and Gist with Incurio podcast. This is a special episode and also the last episode for this season. Next season will be kicking off later. It will be announced. However, thank you for going through this journey with us.
Yeah.
Do well to like, share, subscribe, follow, and just do all the necessaries. Also follow us on all our social media platforms. Thank you for being with us. Bye.
Bye.
It's Facts and Gist with Incurio.